searching both this world and its twin, looking for a place that I might belong, more than a shadow to all my sin. Now maybe it's time to step up, like I've never seen a better reason why. Come here, darling, I'm gonna lose me in those flashing hot emerald eyes. Try to be the word when you can't listen, I try to be the voice when you can't sing. I try to be the eyes that you see through when darkness covers everything. I wanna rescue you from your nightmares and be a part of all your dreams. I wanna be the eyes that you see through when darkness covers everything.
Hello and welcome. Thank you for watching. We're out here at the camp at Elbow Pond. And this is our camp. That's our new tent with a wood stove in it. And it was a cold one last night. It got down into the 20s easily. But it was snug as a bug in the rug. I had to get up a couple times to put a log in the fire. But you got to do what you got to do to get the gold. So we're going to go out, grab a breakfast and a coffee, and see what we can do to find some gold. So stick around. Well, we came back. We went and had breakfast and a coffee, and we went to the Littleton Diner in Littleton, New Hampshire, and we got some breakfast and some hash, and we picked up some fire logs for tonight. Now we're going to head out to pick up some pay dirt from the river, from our area. So we're going to go get some gold. Come along. All right, we made it out on the river. And it's cold out here. It's only in the 30s. Tom's digging. We've already started digging. We started digging without you because
it's cold.
It's cold and windy. But we want to get some soil, some material to bring back home. So we're going to classify down 3 or 4 pails and bring it back so we can do it this winter when in the house, when it's not windy and cold. And it might rain. If it starts raining, we're gonna have to run, because if we get wet in this, we'll have hypothermia real quick. So we're gonna keep digging. Stick around. This is the coldest day this year.
It's freezing rain right now, and it is real windy, and it's about 32 degrees, but it feels much colder than that. I'm surprised it's not snowing. It's more like a freezing rain, but it's cold enough to snow. And that water is much colder than the air temperature, that's for sure.
is the fourth bucket. The fourth bucket I got in here. That's gonna be, that's heavy enough to carry. You can't do this without getting wet. My feet are soaked. So now I didn't put my rubber boots on. That's a lesson learned. Because now my feet are wet and cold. And there'll be no way to dry them out until I get back to the wood stove. That's it. I'm gonna bring that to the car, the truck.
There it is, bucket of dirt.
4 pails.
I'd like to take this time to thank our members, those who hit that join button, and also those who shopped at thehipbee.com. These names you see on the screen are those members, and they are special people. These people help us to continue making these videos. If you'd like to be on this screen, visit thehipbee.com and make a purchase, or hit that join button and become a member. Thank you.
Well, it's starting to rain. So we can't stay out here much longer, because if we get wet, it'll be bad, because we're staying in a tent. So I'd have to dry things up by a wood stove. So we're gonna take our bucket of pay dirt we have here, and we're gonna bring that back, and we'll meet you back at the truck. All right, we got the pay dirt back to the truck, and just in time, because it's raining a little harder. So we're gonna get out of here and head back to camp. We'll meet you there. Is Elbow Pond. Thought I'd come down and show you. Elbow Pond. Now it's a little bigger than it looks, because over there it goes around the bend, and there's another little section over there makes an elbow. But it's drizzling, so I don't want to get too wet. See you back at the camp. Here's our kitchen. It's a little messy. The stove. We got a nice rug in here to keep it cozy. The stove, we just started the stove. We got a sitting area over there, and 2 cots over here, which we move around into the sitting area when we're done. And we're gonna warm this up in here, because it's raining and drizzly and cold. And that stove isn't hot yet, so gotta warm it up. The stove is going good. Heating up. We've got coffee, well, hot water. Make a nice hot coffee here. Now, seeing that it's raining out and it's cold, we got a nice fire going over here. And I get asked a lot about cleaning up black sands, and whether people want a miller table or a spiral wheel or some kind of device. And they keep asking me what I use, and I say I just use a pan. And I find it the easiest. Unless you got a real lot, I find a pan the easiest way. Now I'm going to show you how I do it, because it does take a technique and takes a little bit of, you got to do it a few times to get the feel for it. But this is how I do it. First of all, let me dump out some gold that I got from this year that needs cleaning. This is a few trips we did earlier this year. There's one, and here's another. And there's black sand in these. I also got a few from a little bit in there. There is a little bit of dish soap in this to break the surface tension so gold don't float. Gold is hydroponic, it repels water, and it will, when you pull the water off of it, the water will run off the top and it'll sit on the top. Small stuff, heavy gold generally won't float, but light gold, small, fine stuff will. So I have 2 snuffer bottles. And the reason for that is I mixed all the gold down one end. And I'm going to put black sand in one and the gold in the other. And once I get it all down, I flatten it out a little and I just wash it back. I want to get that all down because I still see some gold up here sticking. This is a relatively new pan. I generally use a smaller pan for this, but it's all I got right here, right now up here. And you can use a big pan. Smaller pan tends to make it a little easier. Okay, you get all of it down on one end and you wash it back. And the light stuff will come down, the black sand. When the black sand comes down, you suck it up. So you don't have to deal with it ever again. This is all my black sand that comes out. And I wash it down again, I shake it to separate the gold. Now if you see some pieces coming down, don't worry about it. Just take up the black sand where there isn't any gold and don't bother over there. And then swish it around, get it all back down again. Pull all the gold down the bottom. And then wash your black sand back. And you'll see it all collects down here. If you see a piece of gold, just don't suck that pot up. Just take all the black sand. Swish it down again. Now, another technique that you can use is tap it, get everything down, and then hit the side of the pan like this. Because what happens is when you come in like that, the gold flies down and you can see the black sand stays behind. And then you can wash that down. You can actually move some of the black sand with your finger to get it. And you can push some gold back up if you don't want it getting down. And there's more black sand down here now.
Yeah, I can see the black sand right there across the pan.
Suck all that up. And you keep doing that. And over here there's a little more. Break that up. sucking up that black sand. And there's a lot of it over here, but you see there's a few pieces of gold there, so I'm not gonna go around it, take up the stuff where there's no gold. And then I can move those pieces of gold up with my finger. Alright? And then wash the black sand back again. A lot of it's built up over here, so I'm going to take it right up. Over here. Taking all the black sand that's down here out. A lot of stuff. And there you have it. Gold with no black sand left in it. Okay, all of the gold is in here. Once all your gold's in here, you can do two things with it. You can put it in a vial and leave it in water, or you can dump it in a pan or a way to warm it and dry it out. Right now I'm going to put it in a vial. I'll dry it out at another time when I weigh it all up. And to put it in the vial, you take the straw out of the snuffer and you just dump that like that. Now, when you're done, sometimes a little bit of fine gold gets caught around the inside of the lid. So when you're done, you take this off and you dump it out. So you can see you got it all. I mean, it's your snuffer bottle, so if there's a little bit left in, it's no big deal because you're going to just suck more gold up. But, yeah. A few little pieces. Yeah. A lot of the real fine stuff sometimes gets caught. And do it again. And I'm going to call that good, because anything that's left is just going to stay in my snuffer bottle. Is it clean?
Yeah, it looks pretty clean.
And that's how it's done. Now we're going to get ready to make something to eat. Oh yeah, it does look pretty clean. Well, it's still raining out. You may hear it. But it's time for dinner, and we're nice and toasty in here. We're going to cook on the wood stove. Oh, first thing we're starting with. Oh, I don't have yet. I got to get them.
Try to make sure there's no stickers on this time. It's easier to look through the back.
Oh, that's what I did.
I can see it. Always cut the stickers off your peppers before you cut them off.
Yes, that's important. Red and yellow peppers, make sure you take your stickers off. Preferably before you cut them. There's another half, but I think I got that yesterday. There was avocado oil in this pan. And I was cold and wet out on that river today. It's a whole different tune from a sunny day.
You're over here.
Come over here. we'll be back. I'm just gonna let these peppers and onions do their thing.
No onions.
No onion. Peppers and peppers. All right. The peppers are looking good. They're about halfway the way we like them. And we add chicken. This is chicken breast. I just cut it up into chunks. And we're going to cook that up. We're making like a chicken stir fry here. We're going to put it over rice. We're going to let that chicken cook up, and we'll be back. The chicken looks just about done, or is done. So now we're going to add some seasoning to that. And I like my garlic. So we'll put a little bit of garlic on that like that. Woohoo. And I like ginger. I've been liking more of it lately. So I'm going to put a little bit around there like that. So I have a good taste of ginger. And some low sodium soy sauce. In there like that. Good. And we're going to let that cook for a little bit, and then we got a couple more ingredients we're going to put in there. I'm just going to mix that up. I'm going to let that simmer for a little bit to get all those spices in, and then we'll be back. Okay, that's simmering. And I lied. There's 3 more ingredients. One of them is some cranberries. These are dried cranberries. We're going to throw them right in there. And we're going to mix them in. Those will soften up. Those are dried cranberries, but they'll soften up in the heat, release their flavors. And now we just have 2 more ingredients. And we'll be back in a bit once this cooks down a little bit. Okay, I promised you 2 more ingredients. One of them is a can of mixed vegetables. Put them all in there. We'll mix that around. This is looking good. It's smelling good. I put the mixed vegetables in last because they're already cooked. If I put them in earlier, they'd be mush. I just want to put them in right at the end with some honey. Hip bee honey. The dark honey. And I like dark honey. I think it's delicious. And the bees in my area and the flowers make for really good honey. I'm going to put some of that in there. And we're going to mix that around so all that melts. Looking good, looking good. The rice is almost done, so we're just going to let this heat up for a couple of minutes more, and then we're going to meet you at the table and put it over some rice. Here we go.
Wow, that looks like quite a goulash.
Yeah.
Some of those things.
I'm going to put that over some rice. It smells really good.
Might be about it to start.
Okay, we'll give that a try. We'll meet you at the table. Here we are. All right, let's give this a try. It smells really good. And it's hot.
It's hot. That sauce is really good.
Mmm. That sauce came out good this time. Comes out a little bit different every time.
The chicken is great.
Fantastic. One more piece.
That's one of the best ones we've done there. Sweet. You can taste the honey.
Yeah,
and the
that tastes real
cranberries.
good. Excellent. We're going to eat this, and don't go away. I got a song for you. We'll be right back.
Yep.
Went down to the river to find some gold. Ended up with the shivers, and now I'm cold. Went back to the camp to cook some dinner, and now I'm damp and not any thinner. But I'm not hurt, I don't have to tell you. I got a bucket of dirt and the prospect is blue. Well, here we are, and it was a great day. We got a bucket of dirt that we're going to do at some point in a future episode, so you'll have to wait for that one. Who knows, it could be the next episode if we can't get out to the river, but the weather's getting cold. It was a
coldest raw day we've been here.
cold, dank, damp.
And if we don't use that pay dirt, maybe we'll sell bags of pay dirt.
Maybe we can sell bags of pay
We'll
dirt
see.
with it. It's a good area, and it's coming from that pit that we've been digging and getting great gold all year. And what else? This is our first trip with this tent and our new wood stove.
And it rained out all day, and it was only like 32 degrees, really cold, and it held up.
Kept us dry. There's no leaks. So that'll about wrap it up for this week. If you like this video, hit that subscribe button down there. Hit the like button and put a comment down below. Also, consider supporting our sponsor, thehipbee.com, for great honey and other beehive products, like some great honey candy. They're really great. Also, every Wednesday, 7:30, is a premiere. You can come and watch the first viewing of each week's episode, 7:30 Eastern Time on Wednesday. I think I've said it all.
Yeah, you've said enough.
I've said enough. Until next time.
Peace.